It's from time to time, but most are quite wonderful, and it's a pleasure. Now, I thought I would share with you a small incident, and piece by piece, hopefully, it builds up a picture of how alien the mind might seem to you, the mind of the autistic, if you are not classified so in such a neurodivergent manner, or if that's not the way you see the world. So, somebody asked me today, can you put the pillow or can you put the cushion? I was sitting at a chair and they said, can you put the cushion next to you? Now, most of you, I don't know how you interpret that, but in my brain, and I'm sure in many of the high functioning autistic people, next to means within proximity of you, such that it is within the radius that is created by both you and the cushion. Now, that means that it can be anywhere around you in a circle, which means that there's a lot of places. Now, you can try and isolate those places by thinking that maybe it only includes spots where there is a table or something at your horizontal level, such that you can put the pillow on that particular thing. The problem is, of course, in my situation, there was nothing around me in that proximity except for the table. And I had learned in the past that you don't put a cushion on a table. So I'm now, of course, I've been an adult for quite a while, so I've learnt the hard way about many of these things. But at the age of 20, I would have said, I would have maybe put it on the floor. And then someone would accuse me of being a smartass. Why are you putting the pillow on the floor? Don't you know I mean the chair next to you? But there was a chair in neurotypical speak, it was next to me, but it was 1 meter away or 3 feet away. Right? Now, that in my definition of next to is not next to me, because next to me is within my proximity, such that we have a radius which is limited by the length of the cushion itself. Otherwise, if I expand the radius, then next to me could mean anything. It becomes too difficult to process what that means. So I don't know what to actually do with that pillow. So I have to then think, what is this neurotypical person asking me? Where do they actually want it? Now, luckily, when I hesitated, this person knows me. So they said, that chair over there. And they pointed. So then I realized that they meant the chair, even though it wasn't next to me. Now, I've learned as an adult not to say, that's not next to me. That's 1 meter away from me. Because if you say that, then they think you're being a smartass, then they think you're rude, you're obnoxious, you're arrogant, those type of things. When in fact, in the autistic brain, it doesn't make geometric sense because it is not literally, I have to use the word literally because the autistic mind takes the word at its literal meaning. So the brain is telling me that next to means here, but the chair is 3 feet away, so that's not next to me. So I have to recognize, this is a neurotypical. When they say next to, they don't literally mean next to, which means it could mean anything. But they've pointed at the chair, so I'm going to pretend that they mean the chair, even though it sounds like they're making it up in my mind. So I then put it on the chair, but the problem is I don't know how to put it. Do I put it horizontal to the base of the chair where the person puts their backside, or do I put it parallel to the back of the chair? So I asked them, do I put it flat or do I put it straight? And they said, oh, does it have to be that specific? And they were exhausted. Now I get upset because my brain doesn't know how to process that question. I'm like, do I put it this way or this way? Because I don't want to do it the wrong way. Now it turns out that they didn't care, but they think therefore I'm being a smartass or pedantic or etc. So it's basically a way to explain that certain brains process information in such a different way that they find that regular tasks, or what neurotypicals might call a regular task, quite difficult. Now they asked me, how would you prefer me ask you that question? In my mind, I said to them, if I were to ask myself that question, what I would say is, if it's okay with you, could you please put this cushion on the chair on which my uncle usually sits and put it parallel with where he puts his buttocks, so it's flat against the chair. Now that to me is a request that I can understand and compute and process and carry out, because it's very specific, and that's how my brain perceives the world. So I wanted to share that with you, because if you have someone in your life that is neurodivergent in that manner, then that's the level of precision that they may require when asking them a question. Things like how was your day or what do you think, they're extremely vague. They don't specifically target the dials that are involved in answering such a question. So, what do you think about my dress, for example? Well, what are you asking specifically about the dress? Are we saying whether it fits you or not, whether it looks expensive or not, whether the material reflects in a certain way with light or not? What is it that you're asking? You have to be more specific. Where a neurotypical might understand intuitively what that person is asking, it doesn't work with the with the autistic mind. So because that happened to me, I thought, you know what, I'll share it with some other people, so that it might ring true with you that, oh, that's how you feel, and you go, oh yeah, that's exactly how I process the world. Or someone, you might know someone who's autistic, and you go, oh, so that's why they get upset when I ask them a normal, quote unquote normal question, or they answer me in a quote unquote smart ass way. It's their brain is processing it in such a different way that it seems to you that they have to be being a smartass when that's actually not what's going on at all. Um, you also sort of got to imagine that you're talking more to a extremely advanced human computer program, uh, where it requires very precise commands so that it can answer you in those precise commands. Uh, if you can take that away from this video, then that's probably a win, I would say, and would help you communicate with people with autism. And keep in mind, those with autism have to do this in reverse all the time if they want to communicate, or they just become reclusive, which is always a temptation for me, because trying to communicate with neurotypicals is exhausting because you have to constantly try and translate what they're saying, and try and reverse engineer what your response is back into neurotypical language, which is extremely difficult. Half British accent, half American accent. Oh, thank you. I've been told South African, British. Uh, oh my God. Oh my God, you speak with a half American accent. Very bad attempt. Anyway, nice to see you all. Thank you, MiG96. Pleasure to see you. See you is a pleasure. And as always, don't forget to take life one metaphorical smack